Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Jessica Pegula noticed Iga Swiatek change before weird Wimbledon win. Jessica Pegula told Iga Swiatek she was playing really good on grass before the Poles' Wimbledon victory. Swiatek swept through the field to reach the Wimbledon final, claiming the title for the first time in her career. Swiatek crushed American Amanda Anisimova to win her sixth Grand Slam title, winning 6-0, 6-0, and even needed to apologize for her crushing win. Meanwhile, Pegula's Wimbledon journey ended before it really began. The world number 4 crashed out of the first round at the hands of the unseeded Elisabetta Cacciaretto, who won 6-2, 6-3. Pegula was surprised by Swiatek's stunning Wimbledon win. The only grass court tournament she contested in the lead-up to the iconic championships was in Bad Homburg, where she reached the final only to lose to Pegula in straight sets. Following her win, Pegula was full of praise for Swiatek. She knew the 24-year-old was better than most realized on grass, and admitted her serve had significantly improved. "I thought she was serving a lot bigger," Pegula said in her pre-tournament press conference at the Wimbledon City DC Open. "I didn't really watch her much during Wimbledon. I'm not sure if that was better, but she was serving really big in Bad Homburg and playing good tennis and beat good grass court players. I thought our final was a really high level. It was super close. You know, she is always kind of down on herself about grass, and I was like, hey, you're playing really good on grass. I'm not really sure why you think you're bad on grass or what it is." So it was kind of funny she ended up winning Wimbledon. I was like, of course I said that, and we had that moment when we played in the final, and then she wins Wimbledon. But that's just tennis for you. You never kind of know. She's a great player anyway, so she's going to be good on any surface. But yeah, it is interesting, for tennis is weird. You have a lot of weird things that happen over the course of 2 weeks. Swiatek was in dominant form at Wimbledon. She won points on first serve, and on average was broken less than a game per match. Swiatek is now looking to close the gap on world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka ahead of the U.S. Open. Meanwhile, Pegula is the top seed in Washington and is set to take on Leylah Fernandez in the round of 16 at the Wimbledon City DC Open on Wednesday, July 23. Jessica Pegula noticed Iga Swiatek's change before weird Wimbledon win. Jessica Pegula, known for her cerebral approach and poise under pressure, is not someone easily surprised on a tennis court. But even she raised an eyebrow at something odd, almost imperceptible, in Iga Swiatek during their practice sessions and locker room encounters in the lead-up to Wimbledon 2025. It was a shift so subtle it could have slipped under most radars. Yet to Pegula, who'd shared courts and crosswords with the world number 1, it signaled something brewing. She just looked looser, Pegula would later say with a tilt of the head and a knowing half-smile. "I don't know if it was intentional or instinctive, but it wasn't the same Iga I saw in Paris." The change in the air. Iga Swiatek had come off a dominant clay court season, collecting trophies like seashells on a beach. But grass? That was a different beast. Her movement, her topspin-heavy forehand, and even her timing never quite clicked on the slick lawns of the All-England club until now. During their closed-door practice at Wimbledon's Arangi Park, Pegula noted that Swiatek wasn't fighting the grass anymore. She was flowing with it. She wasn't muscling her forehand like she used to on this surface. It was more glide than grind, Pegula revealed. And her serve, that looked different too. Quieter, cleaner. She wasn't trying to bash it, but it kept landing with pace and precision. Pegula, a tactician herself, recognized this wasn't just a fluke. Iga was adapting. She wasn't trying to win Wimbledon as a clay court player. She was trying to win it as Iga the grass courter. Pegula's own Wimbledon journey. Jessica Pegula entered the 2025 edition of Wimbledon quietly confident. After a minor injury sidelined her in the spring, she returned refreshed, claiming her first title of the year in Eastbourne. It was there that she felt her own grass instinct sharpening. She was striking the ball early, flattening her shots, slicing with intent. And so, when she stepped onto center court in the quarterfinals to face Iga Swiatek, the American felt something rare, an opportunity. "I've beaten her on grass before," Pegula reminded reporters. Not many can say that. Indeed, Pegula remained the only woman to defeat Swiatek on grass earlier that season, pulling off a dazzling upset in Berlin. But as soon as the Wimbledon quarterfinal began, Pegula realized something was off, and it wasn't just Swiatek's improved movement. The whole match felt weird, Pegula admitted. Like we were both in this mental fog. Long rallies, strange bounces, then suddenly an ace or a framed shot. It was rhythmless. A weird match on a weird day. The Wimbledon quarterfinal between Pegula and Swiatek wasn't a classic. It was, as Pegula called it, a match of streaks. 1 minute, Iga looked flawless. The next, she sprayed unforced errors. Pegula had her chances, especially in the second set, where she led 4-2 before dropping 4 straight games. We both weren't playing our best, but she managed the chaos better, Pegula said. It was this ability, Swiatek's sudden mental shift from panic to poise, that unsettled Pegula most. She used to tighten up on grass, Pegula observed, but now she embraced the unpredictability. She even smiled after a net cord winner went her way. That's not the Iga I used to know. That's a version of her that can win anything. Swiatek took the match 6-3, 6-4, but it was far from straightforward. Pegula had break points in every service game of the second set. She played aggressively, smartly, even beautifully at times. But it wasn't enough. She earned it. But I couldn't shake the weirdness, she repeated in the post-match press conference. The aftermath. Swiatek's first Wimbledon title. Just days after their encounter, Swiatek lifted her maiden Wimbledon trophy, defeating Elena Rybakina in the final. Pegula watched from her player's box seat with mixed emotions, disappointment, admiration, curiosity. She finally figured it out, Pegula said. And once she did, there was no stopping her. Swiatek, for her part, credited their Berlin match, the one Pegula had won, as a turning point. "Just made me uncomfortable. She exposed things in my game I needed to fix," Swiatek said. "Losing to her helped me find the right rhythm on grass." Pegula smiled at that comment when told later. "Well, I'm glad I could help," she quipped. Respect between rivals. Their relationship remains one of professional respect, even subtle friendship. They often warm up together before big matches and have shared more than a few inside jokes in the locker room. But as competitors, they know how to keep distance where it matters.